Hey, what's up, guys? How y'all doing? So, welcome to my YouTube channel, and this is King of Miami, and I'm killing it as always, taking you down to the technicals, to the fundamentals, and whatever news you got to actually know about Forex. I'm gonna actually be dropping it right here for you. You know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. Yeah. So, actually, I want you to watch this video very, you know, crucial and important details in this video. So I want you to carefully watch this video to understand the details and the things, the elements I'm actually going to show you, because we're going to talk about top-down analysis. And in top-down analysis, we're actually going to be doing like a forecast, like a top-down breakdown of your financial market, of your market structure, finding the trend, predicting the future, knowing what is actually going on in the market. You can also determine the psychological levels and the, you know, possibilities of what is going to actually happen in the market. So when you have this technical analysis done, when you're actually following up with the fundamentals, you actually know what's going on. And you're, all right, this is what's going to happen, this is what's going to happen. And when there's a manipulation coming in into the market, you actually understand why this manipulation and what is the tendency of it projecting to where you actually forecasted. So the reason why I'm making this video is because there are actually sometimes that you want to do technical analysis and you have to determine what market forecast you want to do in terms of market structure and where to take your entries and your position. But what I'm going to actually be showing you is the top-down analysis and the prediction and forecast section. How you can actually determine your market structure as an uptrend, as a downtrend, as a ranging market, and how you can actually also determine, what is your prediction of the market. Okay, next week, what am I looking for? Am I looking for an uptrend or downtrend? Where am I actually looking for a potential hit? The target point and whatnot and all that. So all of these things are actually boiled down to the top-down analysis, and these are the two segments we're actually going to be covering in our top-down analysis. And one thing I want you to always look out for is how I analyze these things is important. You understand? So the way I analyze, the market is important to you, and that is, if you follow it from A to Z, the way I analyze the market, you can always re-implement it anytime you want to actually run your top-down analysis. That's how it works. Even if you're a beginner or a professional, this video is for you, because for beginners, you can actually just take this because it's actually beginner-friendly video. So you can actually just take this video and watch it and practice it and utilize it. Or you can actually go take some foundational courses, join my community. I'll show you some resources you can watch. I don't have a foundational course yet because I'm just starting up, so that's what's up. So, yo guys, I'm still in the farm. If you don't know, I'm still in the farm, like rolling this agricultural stuff. Like, I really need to just get in and know what is going on in this industry. Love the business. Actually, I love the business. So back to our analysis. If you actually take a foundational course, you have understanding of what Forex is all about, what candlesticks is all about, candlestick pattern, trend lines, and all that. And that is actually going to be good for you to actually, grab more of what I'm going to talk about in this video. However, if you don't have any foundational level course, you can actually still watch this video. And you know what I'm going to say? And follow A to Z process. If you follow A to Z process, you'll be able to actually catch up with, how to use this top-down analysis for your trading. Then the other thing you want to look out for is professionals. When you're actually a professional and you want to watch this video, watch it from the angle of forecasting, not for the angle of trying to get an entry. Professional traders right now, I used to say, they should be able to actually analyze the market for financial analysis and reports. You want to be able to get a trading idea from top-down analysis rather than just entry positions and market structure. You want to get a trading idea. You want to know, okay, how am I going to trade for this week? How am I going to trade for this month? When am I going to actually start looking for positive entries? What am I going to be looking for? What is going to be the trading setup I'm going to look for or use for my trading this week, based on my top-down analysis. So these are like the things I want you to actually look into, as a professional, that is going to actually make you derive the actual results you're actually looking for. So without any further ado, right now, let's go. Let's dive into the chart and watch what is going on right now. Okay, so actually we start recording now, and bam. All right, so guys, so I'm just going to show you, so this is my actual, chart, and we're going to actually look into our 1 month analysis. So this is what is going to happen. Yeah, so this is our 1 month analysis. So my 1 month analysis is the first thing we're going to check out. So we're going to actually look into the 1 month analysis, the 1 month time frame, and yes. So like I said, beginners, you might actually want to actually take a foundational course, so that you'll be able to understand what time frame is all about, and this is where your time frame is taken from, where you can actually go into 1 month, 1 week, 1 day, 4 hours, 50 minutes, whatever time frame you want to trade on. But when you're actually running a top-down analysis is actually taking it from the top, the actual bigger version of your time frame. You can actually go from a year, but actually start with a month time frame, because a month time frame is actually already covering a picture. Actually do a year run over though, to be honest. Actually go from a year, and that is going to be 12 months, and 12 months candlestick. So what I'm just going to explain to you is that each of this candlestick is a month, because I'm using a monthly time frame, 1 month time frame. So this is a month candlestick, this is a month candlestick, this is a month, this is a month, and this is a month. So so this month, what we have here is this. We can see that actually there's a downtrend happening right here. There's been a push up, and a downtrend is happening in this market. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 months ago, there was a very big hike on a bullish that actually hit this level, 207. So this is how you're gonna actually start running your analysis, right? Your top-down analysis. So this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 months ago, there was an hike to 2078, which was a very big setback on resistant level that actually hit back down, way down to 1995, right? So we actually have it to 1995, and in this 1995 that we actually have it, this was a setback, right? And we have a push down to 1962, and we have a low. So the low level was at barely 1925. So this is what happened, like 5 months ago. So the next month we have like a continuous level, downtrend that happened, and when it happened, it had a retest at a support level at 1893. So at 1893, we have a retest level, and what we just have here is another uptrend. And this means that 4 months ago there was a high selling pressure. Now the third month, 3 months ago, there was a high buying pressure, which means something balanced up this market back to 1974. Now at 1974, probably about that is 1980 something, 87. So 1987, that was the retest that happened next. Now you're on price action right now. 5 months ago it was 207, and we're having a downtrend, right? 4 months ago it was 1988, and 3 months ago same 1988, and now we have, you know, last month, and last month what happened was 1965. So what happened last month was 1965, and in 1965 we have this downtrend pushing down to a level 1988 or 1884 actually. So it was pushing down to 1884, and the you know, setback happened as a support. So this is a support zone. So if I'm actually going to take my analysis, let me just, you know, jump straight out of this, take all of this out, you know. All right, let's take all of this out so you can actually do the analysis together. Okay, you know, so I'm going to leave all this yellow because it's a psychological level that I actually did and actually generated with a bot, so I use it for my analysis. So I'm just going to leave that over. So what I'm going to do is, oh, I took that off. So what I'm going to do is this. I'm going to take this trend line and I'm going to draw a trend line here. I'm going to draw this trend line here. Right. Now, the reason why I'm drawing this trend line here is there's something interesting that happened here. There was a support level here, and actually, if I want to be precise, I'll take the support level to this area, because I could say, okay, at this zone there's been a significant support level here. So now, patience, my guys, patience. You know, in trading ideas, in technical analysis like this, more ideas actually start coming up, and I'm going to show you everything, how I actually start analyzing my top-down analysis to actually get a picture perfect, you know, analysis. So now when you look at this is a level, and this level is a support level because there have been several retests and a fake breakout and actually push back up. But what we actually see now is we can actually consider this level as well as a strong support zone. But the thing is, I'm not going to be using a support and resistance level to actually trade with you here. I'm going to use what we call reversal strategy. If you haven't actually checked out the reversal strategy that I dropped in the last video, I'm going to drop the link and you can actually check that, and you start to actually understand what reversal strategy means, because trading reversal is actually a nice strategy that actually works with, you know, support and resistance level. Now, I've been able to identify a support and resistance level. So what I want to do now is I want to talk about trading reversals. And if you watch my last video on trading reversal, I actually talk about whenever you have a retest on your resistance and support level, just draw a rectangular area zone from the tip of the wick like this, starting from the tip of the wick like this to the bottom of the I'm going to call this close, open and close. Yeah, the open and close. So right here you can see I'm using this candlestick, the one from the 4th month, right? And for the 4th month, I have this candlestick right here for the retest and to this point. And I'm going to do the same thing here for the reversal strategy. So I'm going to do the same thing here. And now you see what is going on, right? Yeah, so that is what we're actually seeing right here. So now we now have, you know, like a very smooth, you know, trading idea. So we can actually take this off. So we now have a very smooth trading like that. We now understand that, okay, so we've had, some couple of candlesticks trading for a month, this fourth month, third month, second month, and this month. And we've seen that what have been happening is they've been ranging in between 1985, this zone area, and this zone area 1989. So now what we are potentially looking out for is that this month we had, the candlestick started and actually, didn't get to 1961, this zone area, and actually started with a downtrend. So now this is the second phase. Now we've analyzed previous months, previous historical data, and now we are looking into this month historical, into this month future forecast, because this month is still active, right? So now looking at this month candlestick, we can see that selling pressure is actually on the line here. And in the selling pressure that we actually have, we'll discover that at the tip of this zone area, this pullback area, we call it the reversal area, right? The reversal zone. At the tip of this reversal zone at 1918, there's been a little push and a pushback, but that was because this happened, at the end of last week. So we're going to actually analyze what actually happened there and what we are looking out for. But this month has actually shown us a selling pressure bounce to this tip. So the question is going to be, when you look at this month, you look at the historical data, it's giving you downtrend, downtrend, downtrend. This is a downtrend market structure. But when you look at it on the brighter side, this is actually looking like a ranging market structure, actually ranging from this zone to this zone, because you've been able to break down the minimal, market trend. And if this is giving you a ranging market structure, it means that there's a possible range that will actually happen to these as well, which is literally going to maybe come down to this point, this level, 1679. So that's where we're actually looking for a potential downtrend to actually happen to this point, or to this level at 1803 for a retest. So if it actually happens to this level for a retest, it might actually come to this level, this level down to this level. So we actually have a lot of psychological level that have actually played out for this year, and this is what you actually have right here. So what we're going to look into now is look at this candlestick for this month. Selling pressure. So with the selling pressure, you won't actually want to trade against the market. Like, everyone is selling, right? You want to sell with them, isn't it? You want to sell with the market, because the market, everyone is selling. That's the psychology. That's how you actually trade in the forex market. People are selling, you want to sell. People are buying, you want to buy. Only people who have the larger capital, the larger money, will want to actually trade off this market movement. Okay, when there's a selling pressure, they'll want to wait for when the market actually pull down to the right level and buy. And when there's a buying pressure, they'll want to wait for the best price action and push up or sell. So people who have big money, this is how they trade. You understand? High-end money, they trade that way. But this top-down analysis will give you an idea of how these investors are actually trading, and how you're going to actually trade and benefit from the market as a day trader, and how you'll be profitable in it. So for your profitability, you look at this month, you see a selling pressure, you know that what you're actually looking for is a selling opportunity, right? So your forecast, first, what a lot of videos will show you is you should analyze this for entry positions, right? That is it. We're going to talk about that. That's the first phase that we're going to look at in our top-down analysis. but we're also going to look at the forecast. So your forecast for this month could actually give you a potential downtrend, right? Because you've already experienced a selling pressure from the first week, and there's a likelihood that with this analysis that we have right here, there's going to be a breakdown to this point, which is 1893, and probably even get down to this point 1875. And if we are actually that's for this month, actually we might not actually experience down to this level in a month, but there's a possibility we can actually get that, because we've seen huge big candlesticks like that have happened from year to, like, yeah, that's a very huge, bullish candlestick. So now we are looking for huge bearish candlestick that might actually get to this point. So the potential zone is that we are actually looking at for the breakout to actually happen down to this point. This is where we are actually looking at for. If you're actually looking at the whole technical analysis from the entire structure, you're looking at this zone right here. Let me show you. You're looking at this zone right here. You're looking at this zone right here. This is the zone you're looking out for, right? Because there's been two breakouts that set back into the zone, and this has been a ranging market that actually happened in this zone, and boom, 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 and probably top down and maybe break down, to clear the imbalance that is actually, down this area that we have here, this imbalance, right? So to clear this imbalance, there's actually here. So smart money concept, we're going to talk about that in another video, but that is what we're looking out for. So in a month's time frame, we actually see that there's actually a potential downtrend coming down to this segment right here. So now what are we now going to do? We go to the weekly time frame. So let's right. Okay. Right. On a 1 week. So you can see we still see the same consistency happening. We've had the pull to the uptrend, and now what we're having is a downtrend ranging, probably coming down back here, or probably ranging or going back up here. But the question is, what is going to happen next? So now your forecast is giving you an analysis that your highest forecast analysis is giving you a tendency of dropping down to 1803, which is apparent forecast, which is stronger, 1803, right? However, this weekly time frame is showing you that there's a potential setback, but it's still giving you the same trading idea. That the same trading idea is that we have a trading pattern that actually happened from here or down to the up, right? And from this up, we now have a range that is actually happening that might actually touch this base, which likely won't. I'll tell you why, and come down right here. Now the reason why this range is not going to come back here is a retest that's already happened in the 1 month time frame last week, and that retest happened to this level. And as you can see, if you actually check your calendar, you'll discover that we are in the second week of the month, right? We're in the second week of the month, which means our trading decision right now can be shabby. So it can be shabby actually. So in that acknowledgement, we have to be very, very careful with what we're actually doing. But when we look at the last month, we discover that even the uptrend that happened last month, I'm going to go back, yeah. So we come back here, even the pushback that happened, the buying pressure got a limit, and that limit was here, this setback was here. And now we actually see that in the setback pressure, we are all already breaking down back, right? We can see that the setback, we're already breaking down. And there's a potential that we're actually going to break through with it, or we are going to actually go back up. So the question is, this candlestick, are we going back way up to this zone, or are we going to come straight right down? What would you say? If you look at this 1 month time frame, this candlestick, just guess for a minute. This candlestick right here with what I've played right here, we had a selling power coming, selling pressure, and some buyers actually push it up back to the zone, and selling pressure started. They pushed it. Buyers actually tried pushing it to the zone, and sellers push it way back down to the zone. What do you think is going to happen next on the same candlestick for next week? Because next week continues this candlestick. So now, for me, I'm going to say it's still going to come down, way down to this point. And if we actually have good pressure, we're actually going to get to this point before the end of this month, right? So that's what I'll be looking out for this candlestick. However, on a weekly time frame, I could see that there's a potential setback on this zone. So now, what I will now do is, if I'm actually going to be projecting in the weekend, given my analysis, yeah, I might tell you that I'm actually looking for a potential downtrend, because of my analysis is actually pointing me to a potential downtrend, a possibility of a downtrend, right? That's what I'm going to tell you. However, when I actually start looking at the time frame for the week, before I actually take my entry, I want to actually give it like maybe a day, calendar to 2 days, and take my trade on the 3rd day. You understand? And that will actually give me a setup that, okay, first day, second day played out. There's a likelihood that this week is going to actually end on a downtrend. I'm actually going to take it that way, or psychologically, even from 2-3 hours of my first day, or on a 4-hour time frame. That's why we're going on a 4 hours time frame right now. So y'all get it. So on the weekly time frame, I have it this way, and I was like, you know what? With all what is happening right now, there is a little bit indecision. And actually, if you followed up, what was going on with gold from last 2 weeks to last week, you will realize that truly there have been an indecisive market, a lazy market actually happening from last 2 weeks and last week. So last 2 weeks and last week, what happened is the indecisive market is actually affecting our decision right now for us to actually take a good trade. Now, if you want to also go on another light to actually give you more enlightenment, you can actually see a downtrend pattern right here. So everything is still giving me a downtrend signal, 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 right? And that is everything that is actually giving me right now. The potential reversal that I actually see was what happened there, which could actually want to shake me off a little bit and be like, okay, tweezer bottom actually just happened right here. If you actually study candlestick pattern, you understand that you actually have a tweezer bottom here, and whenever you see a tweezer bottom like this, you actually have a potential uptrend that actually happened. And having a tweezer bottom right here is actually going to want to shake me up a little bit and say, you know what, it's likely that I'm going to actually start experiencing a reversal for uptrend, to shake me off to this level, potential level, right? So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take out this. I'm going to take this out. So you're going to see here the tweezer button with the candlestick shake me off a little bit and be like, I think I'm actually going on a reversal. I'm going back halfway here. So now what I'm going to look into now is, okay, I have strong confidence that this is actually coming down, right? This is a downtrend. Right? Sometimes I actually look at into this market is actually always crazy. Like, oh God, what are we doing right here? But actually, this is actually a nice thing to do. You see, when you're actually trading and analyzing the market, you want to have fun. You have to have passion for this, what you're doing, because it's what you love. You want to make money, right? This is what you love. So this is what you're going to actually give everything to, So when you look at the market right now, you can see that there's a potential downtrend that is waiting to happen at this zone. Like a retest needs to happen here. This is the first retest that we're getting and the first uptrend setback we're getting. There's a definite position that we're going to get a downtrend retest. But there's a likelihood that this reversal has actually affected our retest and it might actually be going up. So now what you want to look out for is, I can actually come right here, bring in an horizontal array, which is what I'm going to use for retest here. I'm going to put it here. And the reason why I'm using an horizontal array is because I just want to mark this zone right here. Right. So I want to mark this in. So now this is giving me a trading idea, right? Remember, the first phase is we are looking for entry, setup, and all that. And the second phase is we're looking for a trading idea. The first trading idea we got is that we are actually having a potential downtrend, and we're likely going to see it touch 1803. You can actually write that down somewhere. Now you're actually working on your financial analysis, your financial report. You want to create a financial report, you want to create a financial analysis report, and maybe publish it on LinkedIn, on Medium, on a publication, wherever. This is how you come up, or even in your trading view idea, this is how you actually come up with a trading idea. So this idea is actually coming from your top-down analysis. You run the first month, giving your potential downtrend to 1803, and now on a weekly time frame, you're seeing that there's a possible push back, a reversal with this tweezer bottom candlesticks that you just have. There's a potential pullback to the uptrend, and if it's actually going to happen, the retest is not going to go beyond 1985, because we've seen a potential pullback, so it might actually go back for a retest here before it actually come down back, except if it's actually changing its direction to actually go back up right here and break out this zone. So now all of these factors, you can actually start getting more ideas of what is going to happen from all of these factors, from the fundamental analysis, from the news, right? So now focus. Now you have this little zone as well as a very strong pullback, because a retest has happened here, and likely another retest was about to happen and then actually surface, and there was a pushback. So it means there's a selling pressure at this level as well. So at this same level, what you could do is you can actually set up, what I'm just going to do is I'm just going to leave it. I'm not going to say anything there, because I can just look at it and be like, okay, this is a potential. If I'm going to take any entry at this level, my potential stop loss is going to be here. And if I want to actually go widely range down to this section, I might actually want to set a stop loss above this level in case of this. But potential stop losses are here and here. So I'm actually going to just take this out as well. I just wanted to use it for the analysis to show you, trading ideas and all. We are still on the same trading idea, trading setup, right? So now we're still looking for a downtrend position to actually confirm that we are actually on a downtrend. And from our trading ideas, we see, okay, let me just give you a summary of the trading idea that have happened. So we are seeing a potential downtrend to 1803, and a likelihood would be that we've experienced a tweezer bottom reversal, which is going to give us, there's a possibility for an hike to get to let's say 19 for an hike to get to 1985. So there's a possibility for a potential hike to 1985. So that's a possibility, but the strong confidence is on 1803 downtrend. So we have a potential downtrend to 1803 with a possible hike to 1985 for uptrend retest to test the we're gonna call it resistant level at 1985. So when you actually look at all of these things, you're gonna understand that, okay, you know what? When it comes to trading, you have to actually be careful. I'm emphasizing on that word because you really have to be careful before taking any trades. Like, really analyze your onions. And that is why we are now on a daily time frame. Like, okay, what is the daily time frame actually telling us? What are we looking out for? We can actually see, if you're actually looking at your trend line, we can actually see a potential downtrend happening right here. Boom, 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 boom. So this is another confirmation that we actually have a strong downtrend position right here happening. So we're actually going for a strong confidence downtrend. So downtrend is actually getting a strong confidence, and now your trading idea is increasing in strength because you're seeing a possible downtrend confidence coming from your trade. And the daily time frame simply means that, so I'm going to take this off, right? So I'm just going to increase this so y'all could see. So your daily time frame is actually telling you that what's going on is you actually have each of these candlesticks as a day, right? Let me take this out. So this daily candlestick is going to be like when you actually look at this position that actually gone ranging from here and ranging down here, and it's actually going way up and actually retesting this position level, and now it's going back, and this position level that actually ranged from, if you actually just do this, bring that trend line back so I show you what is going on, so you understand that this has actually been a trend line retest. So it have been following a trend line. So there have been a trend line a trend line pattern that actually have happened right here. So what we're going to look into is the trend line pattern is happening right here. Is now when it gets right up here, it's coming straight right down back, and we're looking at a potential retest to now, because of the downtrend, we'll be looking at a lower low and a lower high, right? So a lower high, yeah, and higher low, sorry. So a lower high and a higher low, so possible downtrend to 1876 or 1830, 1839, right? So we're going to be looking at a possible downtrend to 18. There's possibly no way to actually measure how down it's going to go, but we can actually just predict from what you actually have right here. As you can see, the retest went up, and it's really not a big difference, but I actually just drop right here or a little bit down line 1862. I actually see at 1862, then maybe just go right up, retest again, and come straight right down back. So actually, with the analysis I'm doing right here with you, I'm going to keep this downtrend line. I'm going to keep this downtrend line. I'm going to keep this downtrend line actually. Keep it, because I'm actually just running this analysis for the week with you. Actually, I just did a quick glance, and I released a video telling you that we are having a potential downtrend to 1803. And if you actually check on my IG, so I actually dropped a video there. If you have my WhatsApp number, you actually see it on my WhatsApp status, or if you're in our community on WhatsApp group, you actually see it right there. So I actually dropped a video there, and that's because after running my top-down analysis and my expectation for the market, I've actually analyzed a 3-month time frame, a 3-month projection that we're actually going down to over here 1679. So my next expectation is that we actually get to 1803. So when I actually look at the market, I was seeing a potential happening at this state, and that is because of this great retest that actually happened right here. This great retest that happened at 1925. So from this zone, if you actually take an entry from where you are right now, there's a potential hit that you actually make big bread to this zone, because that's what's supposed to happen. So, but markets can actually be funny, so you cannot just only rely on technical analysis. So you have to actually look at what's going on. So now this zone right here, we're going to break it definitely, because we've seen the trend line actually happening. So we have we're going to have a higher low and a lower high. So we're definitely going to come maybe down here, or even potentially drop to this point before the end of the month, by the end of the month actually. So all things work out for the best. So now we go to 4 hours. So the daytime frame already gives us a strong confidence. Let's go back to the day. Let's see, is there any possibility that we're going to actually have a pullback up? The only possibilities we are actually going to be looking out for is what has actually happened in this zone, because this is a major zone, right? And this major zone, we have a tweezer bottom that actually happened here, but what we actually see is that even the breakout didn't actually last. This is a fake breakout and a pushback down, and sellers are actually starting their journey. So eventually, when the market actually open, we're going to see more selling pressure coming down to this zone, and potentially with what we actually have from this zone, we're actually going to have a potential strong downtrend. So the uptrend movement, there's the potential now is slim. It's very weak, so we don't want to bet on that. So now we're gonna look at this next we're gonna look at this next trade, right? So this next trade is 4 hours, right? So we are looking at the 4 hours projection, and the 4 hours projection is actually giving us the same thing. A downtrend is actually happening, a retest has happened here, a strong retest has happened in this zone. So they are like going to be ranging. If they're actually going to consolidate, they're going to consolidate around this area and actually still come down back, because that's what is supposed to happen, right? So when I actually increase my candlesticks chart, let me increase my chart so we can actually see what actually happened in the 4 hours. So consolidation is actually what actually happened. Always using the emphasis actually, I don't know why. So consolidation is what is happening here, and we've actually seen a break and a range retest here, try to break out but wasn't strong enough, and now this is boom, candlestick pattern actually giving us a very big effective signal that we have a tweezer bottom right here. There's a tweezer bottom right here, and with this tweezer bottom right here on the top giving us a bullish downtrend entry position. Like right now is even a good time to actually take a entry trade, understand. So if you're actually looking for an entry level, this is a good position to actually take your entry level, because you already have this tweezer bottom actually tweezer top actually created right here, and that means bearish. And this bearish, with all the analysis you've actually gotten, this is a good time to actually take an entry for a sell. And with this zone line that I actually have here, this is actually a major zone. Like let me see this one that can actually give you that. As you can see in this point right here, the retest happened, and when it actually triggered back, actually went crazy down to this line. So we're actually going to be seeing maybe a pullback to this line, and if it's actually a big downtrend that we're actually looking for, so we're actually going to get it down to this point, right? Because what we've actually seen from this 4-hour chart is that we've had actually a downtrend, but in this range we had this pull up trend that actually happened, and now we're moving on a downtrend pattern, which is actually going to come down right here, and it's going to come straight down. In fact, going to break here. So that is what we're looking into, right? So let me see. Is there any other potential let's see, is there any other potential analysis we're supposed to look out for? Setbacks, actually there's none. This has actually given us a very big trigger that now you can actually take your downtrend entry from the 4-hour time frame. We've actually seen this tweezer that actually giving us green light that we can actually take our entry position, and is actually the best way to actually enter a trade. So if you're actually looking for a potential way to actually enter a trade setup, that's what you're going to see. And your trading idea has already been wrapped up already. You've seen the 19, looking at a possible downtrend to 1908, and you're looking at a slightly chance. In fact, you're not going to talk about the uptrend anymore because of what you actually have right here, right? You're not going to even look at the uptrend potential anymore, because breaking down your analysis of the top-down analysis, that is why you do top-down analysis, to have a clear picture of your idea, of your trading idea, and picture of what you're actually looking for. So you'll not actually be looking into the upward trend anymore at the moment. You're actually going to be looking for a potential downtrend to actually happen, to surface, because that's the strong confidence level right now for all traders in the market right now that actually will do top down analysis. They're actually going to be saying the same thing, that we're actually looking for a downtrend. Maybe might not actually be targeting this position at the moment, but that is what I'm going to actually be looking out for. 1803 for the end of the month. Likelihood is going to actually get there, or get to a position like somewhere probably else. So likely position is going to get there, but I know I'm going to actually take some profit before closing the market for the month. So we are actually looking at that. So now we can actually move to the time frame that actually trade as the 15-minute time frame, and the 15-minute time frame is actually where I look into the market, and I see into the bigger picture of what I am at, what I'm doing. So look at what I'm doing right in the market. I'm gonna look straight, like, before we actually go deep diving down, let's see what the 15-minute pressure is actually telling us, on the crunchy market. Okay, so look at the crypto market right now, and what we'll be looking into is that we've actually have this uptrend happening, and same thing, the downtrend is also happening, and the downtrend also happening is maybe it might actually go up. Even if it's going to go up for the retest, it's going to also want to do that, yeah, but it hasn't created the lower low, which means we are not still on the uptrend. But let's be very realistic, right? Because leave no nuggets. We can see what is going on right here. And fine, let's see if this is going to be the best way to analyze this. Is this the best way, or should I bring it right here? Okay, with what I actually have, this is the best way to analyze the market, because we've had this several consolidated higher lows, lower higher lows that have been happening. Yeah, we have lower lows. Yeah, and this means a uptrend has actually happened. Yeah, taking shape effect. Yeah, and now we've seen a breakout. Yeah, and now we've seen a breakout. Yeah, and the breakout that happened. Yeah, has been ranging, right? And this ranging, we've looked into all circumstances so far to 15 minutes. Are we going to say that, okay, on the 15 minutes time frame, we are getting an uptrend? No. 1 month time frame gives us a potential downtrend. 1 week time frame shows a potential, give us strengthen, give us more confidence on our downtrend, but show us a potential uptrend can happen, right, on the 1 week. But on the 1 day time frame, we got strengthened, stronger sell was prompted onto us, giving us the trend line, right? Then we have the 4 hours. The 4 hours give us, another time frame telling us that this is a potential downtrend. And now we're on the 15 minutes level. And on the 15 minutes level, we saw a potential break that actually happened in the trend line zone, and a ranging, market after. And that ranging market that is actually going to happen right now should go down. Because if we look at this and say, okay, what is the likelihood that we're going to go back up? And this is raw, guys. I'm giving you this video the best raw way you can actually get to, because this is the effort that a lot of people put into the market, even more effort than this. A lot of people put into the market, trying to actually analyze the markets to gain confidence of their entry, right? I already have a strong confidence entry position that I can actually take my sell immediately at 1919 for a sell, right? However, with what I have on the 15 minutes candle time frame, I can actually see that there's a ranging market, and in this ranging market I've seen a very strong setbacks happening here. But because it's a consolidating area, I won't actually take it at a very big, strong or effective position, because I know that the positions that I'm actually expecting has been strengthened for a down sell. So this consolidation area that's been happening right here, I won't actually take it for a big thing, because it's not actually big. It's, yeah, we know that there's a level right here that actually need to be broken. So, and it's going to actually break because we have this. It's going to break because we have this levels, right? So this level that we have here, this level that we had here, let's look into the big map and see what we're going to do right here. So this is what is happening right here. We've gotten a setback right here. And if you look into the 15-minute time frame and you actually want to work in this pattern, if you look at the 15 minutes time frame and you want to work in this area zone being created, you're trying to figure out what is going to happen right here. You realize that if there's going to be a potential break or a potential uptrend in the 15 minutes chart and maybe actually happen in the daily time frame, maybe you might get uptrend to 1929. I got uptrend to 1929, and retest back, but that's not gonna happen. So this is where the clumsy aspect comes in, because of your 15-minute time frame is now giving you an entry that is not really actionable. But is it not actionable? You ask yourself, it's actually actionable if you look at it from a very big perspective of where your top-down analysis has been coming from. So now this is where you start struggling. And ask yourself, all my analysis have given me a strong analysis for itself. Why am I struggling at a 15 minutes time frame? And when you look at it, it means probably you're looking at taking a quick position in and out. You get. So now the reason why you're struggling with the 15 minutes time frame is because you're looking at a short margin of taking an entry position and taking your profit real quick, more like a scalp. But if you don't want to scalp, if you actually want to do actual trading, maybe a day trading, which is also scalping, you might actually want to go with a 4 hours time frame. But even the 4 hours time frame will want to last for more than a day, for you to consolidate where you actually want to take your profit and all that. But what you're actually looking for in the 15 minutes time frame is at the level where it is. If I'm going to take my entry, where am I going to set my stop loss? Now, in what I'm looking at in this chart here, I would want to wait for a retest to happen. I want to wait for a retest to happen at 1925. But waiting for a retest to happen at 1925 and looking at what is happening here means that at this point we're going to have several candlesticks. I've gone back to 4 hours time frame to actually see what is going on. So we're going to have maybe a candlestick actually come right here to retest this level to actually show us that this level is actually strong, and not break it and jump straight right down back, which is potentially visible. So now if I'm actually looking, so you see, this is it. This is how it works. There's no two way about it. You have to actually go through this analysis to get the best trading idea of all time, my brother. You have to look into the analysis, and be realistic with yourself. There's there's nothing to lie about. You don't have to lie to yourself. There's nothing there to lie about. You want to actually get, what is proven to actually be the best truth in your idea. So now, even if it's not perfect, at least it is close to perfection. And that is what we're now going to look out for. Close to perfection, we actually know that this level, there's been a retest in this zone actually, and the retest in this zone is a potential of what is happening here, right? So now we can take this, because this is an order block. I'm going to talk about order block in another video. We can take this and keep it right here, entry position, right? And also project to this point. So now you already have a trading idea from your top-down analysis with what you have right here. You already have a trading idea. I can take this off, right? Yeah, you already have a trading idea. You have, your idea telling you that you can trade and retest this position, and when you get a retest to this position, you can take your entry here down. You can also take your entry here down, set your stop loss above this level, or you can wait and see if there's a potential entry to this point and take your entry here and set your stop loss above this level. But your trading idea already gives you a clarity that this coming week we have a strong sell, right? We have a strong sell this coming week, and the strong sell that we have this coming week is not just for this week, it's for the entire month. That is, this month is a downtrend for sure. We're already expecting a downtrend for this month, right? And we're also looking at a downtrend for the coming week, right? Because of our analysis, right? Now we're also seeing a slightly chance that a uptrend retest is going to happen. Now when we look at this slightly chance of the uptrend retest, because the market is not always moving in just one direction, it's always moving in a flip direction, reversal direction, up and down, up and down, up and down. It goes zigzags, up and down. So because of this up and down analysis, that wave, I call it the wave movement, the gold wave movement. So because of the gold wave movements that happen in the market, you want to know what is happening. So this is giving you a broad inspiration of your trading idea, how you're going to trade, what you're going to look for, how you can actually test the market. As Dr. Wills will say, I was going on a loss, but I can actually drop my video, because I know if I drop it, some people will not be able to test it. So but me, I can test what is going on, I can take the hit. So if you want to test the market, you actually have a big picture of your analysis or your trading idea, and this is why you have to do it straight down to the 15-minute time frame. Because this 15 minutes time frame now, if I take my entry with a 15 minutes time frame, I can actually see the potential that, okay, everything all around is going to happen. It's going to touch this base. If it doesn't touch this base, it's either going to touch this base and come right down. So I'm seeing a potential setback to this base and pull back down and put a potential stop loss right here. So what I'm just going to do is, because I do have a confidence level that I'm going to get my trade growth going on, what I want to do is, let's see. If I'm the one trading this, I'm taking my entry here anyway. I already have uh I already have this trading analysis done before, not too as in-depth as I am doing it now, explaining the video to you, because I think this in-depth analysis that I'm doing right now for you is actually, giving you more. I am taking my time to do this because I feel like I am educating you on, how to actually analyze the market, and now it's giving me a potential question that I need to also spend more time in the market. Because I really don't do that. I really don't do that. I just, so this is what I'm looking at. If I'm going for a long trend, which is what I'm going to go for, I'll be taking my trade here for a stop loss at this level. Actually, this is way better and effective. This is around 1,200, and in fact, let me show you what I actually have. So I'm just going to put in the number so we can analyze that together. So my entry price is at 1919. My profit level is at 1803. That's what I'm looking for. That's the potential mark I'm actually targeting, and stop loss is at 1934. So let's look at what is going on right here. So this is what we're looking at, right? This is what we're looking at. We're looking at a potential downtrend to this level, right? And a stop loss at this level. So a stop loss at this level. This is what I have before, right? But doing this analysis with you, I won't advise going with this, because the reason why I won't advise going with this is you're going to be on a long-term trade, right? You're going to be on the long-term trade, and you might not be able to chest it, like Daco will say. You might not be able to chest this long-term analysis that you have right here. But you want to scalp. However, this is what I'm going with, dude. This is what I'm going with. That's the long-term trade I'm going with. But however, you want to scalp, you might want to scalp to this level. Take, let me see, 1894. 1894. Okay. You want to scalp, actually just scalp to this level. But if you look at it from a strategic point of view, if you're scalping at this level, you're from a professional angle actually. So your stop loss should be right here. We're going to do the calculation. Financial analysis. We're actually not going to talk about that in this video. I mean, whoa, that's too much. Well, yeah, we're going to talk about financial management, setting stop loss and take profit in another video. But that is all for trading. But you're going to actually just set your stop loss here. And because you actually want to compare your risks to your profit level and what you're doing compared to what I actually did, and comparing my risks to my profit level, not how much I'm actually putting in. So we're going to leave that to this point, and what we're going to look into is the entire video and what we've actually talked about. And now what we've talked about is we've looked into how to take entry position and set up your trade from your top down analysis to actually take your trade. Then we've also looked into what we call the trading idea. We've also been able to figure out how to actually come up with a trading idea, how to actually have your brain wrapped up with what is going on in the market. So when your market actually start moving from 1919 to 1925, you have understanding of what is happening in the market because you've already analyzed the market. You already have a big picture of what is going on in the market, and you have a good grasp of how this market is going to play out, and whatever is actually going to be happening in the market, you have great confidence that your market is actually going to give you what you want because you understand what is going on. So these are the things you should look out for when you're trading the market, when you're analyzing the market. Now you can actually come up with your trading idea. You can come up with a financial report, and you can do your financial analysis on good, and even to give professional advice from a financial trader perspective. What to actually say, because you already have a trading idea. You know that we have a strong buy coming up, potential buy for this month, and we're likely going to see the same a potential sell for this month, and we're potentially going to see this sell going to happen straight down next week. We see a potential sell for this month, and we're going to see a potential sell coming out for this week. And in all, what is going to happen is we're going to see that if there's going to be any potential buy or retest uptrend, is going to be at this consolidation area that's actually been happening in 1925, within 1925 and 1919, or is going to actually just go up to retest the trend line, which is at we're going to be looking at 1940, but it's likely not going to happen because we are actually seeing we've actually seen this great downtrend happening right now, and top down analysis has given us a proven strategy that we actually have a trade idea and focused of the market, and likely give us a strong confidence of our trades. And right now we can actually now take our trades and see how the market actually goes. So this is everyone, so don't mind the way I speak right now. I'm still trying to work on my language. It's always I'm still trying to work on my confidence in sharing videos on YouTube and producing videos, and I'm still working on my language. So just bear with me for a while. till I actually get myself straight up. So this is how it's actually working, and this is nice. It's awesome that we actually have this great idea set up for you guys to understand how we actually do this, and this is awesome. So I'm going to end up my um, you know analysis. I'm going to end up my video today, and this is what I'm going to say to you guys. If you have any um, inconsistent in your trading decision in the market, sometimes just take a pause, take a breath in, and try to actually look into the market real time and picture out what is really going on in the market. Look deep into the market and actually see that you actually have the right answer to the question that is actually bothering you in the market. So when you have this answer in the market that would answer the questions you actually asking yourself in the market, you can actually start to fill up what is really happening to 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 your trading decisions. And it's actually all right to actually have indecisiveness in the markets too. There are some times that you look into the market and you ask yourself, why am I having indecisiveness in the market? Maybe the market is even indecisive for a start. The market is having an indecisiveness in the market. Investors aren't actually doing so much of a big move in the market. The Feds aren't actually dropping the right juices for us to actually trade with. So when you actually look into the fundamental market, you see that a lot of things are not actually put in place yet for the market to actually give us a brilliant trading insight or trading decision. So you have to trust in your technicals, and technicals actually do, to be honest, technicals actually do 80% of your work for you. When it comes to forex trading, the financial market, the fundamentals actually the 20%, but the strength of the 20% sometimes actually jump to like 100% if if the fundamentals are actually given proven data that is that actually meets up with the expectations. So these are why investors actually make good decisions using fundamental news, because there's an expectation of what they expect the press or the publications to actually drop, the media to drop, and if they actually drop and meet up to their expectations, it strengthens their decision level. And when they make that decision level, it means they are making a big time decision level. Unlike when you're actually trading technicals, you're always looking at the chart and the price movement. But the truth is, the people who actually do this fundamentals and drop this news on fundamentals also do financial analysis. This top-down analysis that we're talking about. So there's always a top-down analysis to everything they actually do, a financial report, a financial analysis before they actually deep down into their fundamentals. So it's a question of what is really going on. Investors might not really have the time or the education to actually start analyzing the market. They have the money, they are into different businesses, they are ready to invest their money, but maybe they do not really, they actually do not watch the financial market in charts and all that, and probably not trading view. Probably they do have their own other chart they look into, but they're not actually trading based on the chart scenario that you get in. They're actually trading based on the financial analysis and report that has been presented to them. So the stakeholders are too busy to be doing what you're doing. So financial analysts and reporters will actually get technical traders like you, financial analysts like you, or traders like you to actually look into the market, bring out a projection, a trading idea, and they look into the trading idea and they wrap it up with what they actually have in their own data, the database, and actually look into the into the market correction and see, okay, is there a correction they need to make? If there's a correction, then we publish the correction first. If there's no correction, they'll publish the expectations. So these are how they actually work in the market, and dropping out, fundamental news. So you should always trust your technical analysis more than your fundamental analysis, because your fundamental analysis that actually comes from the news, from the press, can be manipulated, can be indecisive, can be incorrect too sometimes. But if you can balance both of them, means that you have a strong confidence of what you're actually doing in your technicals, in your financial market, in reading your chart. You understand your chart like very, very well. You know your chart, you know how to trade, you know how to read your chart, you know how to understand your chart. Then look into the fundamentals. You can actually be able to reckon which one is valid data and which one is not valid data with what you're actually doing in your fundamentals compared to your technical. So it's actually the way it works, in the financial industry. So just look into this, and I hope y'all like the video we just dropped. And if you like it, just thumb up, like the button, click the subscribe button, and all that. And that's what we have right now for today. And we love y'all. Bless y'all. God bless you.